Hey guys, Texas Maniac 88 here, making a video since who knows how long. It's been like what, 2-3 months since I made a video. I'm starting to be like Cajun Tiger again. Um, I tried to make a video before this, but I didn't like the way it turned out. So, and I'm not using any editing software. Um, so I already have some div in. I got some. I know it's a girly. You may think it's a girly dip, but you know what? F you, because I was really savoring some of this really bad, and it's some Skull apple blend. And sorry if the thing's a little shaky, guys. Anyways, yeah, not much going on here. Same old stuff. Still working at American Eagle, getting ready for this tax-free weekend. Gonna get a lot of hours. Been getting a lot of hours lately, so I've been working my ass off. Summer vacation's coming to an end. I gotta start school next week. I'm only gonna be going Mondays and Wednesdays. I gotta do math and science again for the semester. Um, Once I'm done with this semester, I'll be done with my basics. I'll have my associates, and I'll be heading off to Texas A&M. I was supposed to go to Texas A&M this fall, but I ended up having to finish these last two classes. So I didn't want to go to A&M and pay for classes you can take anywhere, and pay that high ass fee for university. And yeah, so it sucks that I'm gonna be missing out wrestling for Texas A&M this coming semester. But you know what? I'm still getting ready. I'm still training my ass off. I kind of slacked off for a bit. There was a time when I slacked off for a bit, but I'm back on track. And yeah. Now, one thing I wanted to talk about, guys, is one thing that I noticed in the dipping community is all the videos everybody makes, they're all about they talk about their day, they talk about what they think about dip, and I wanted to just change it up a little bit. I wanted to change it up, and I wanted to talk about sports. Now I know I've done it before. Um, I tried talking football when the NFL season was going on in the playoffs. It's starting up again soon, so look up for updates for that. But I'm really not excited when regular season's happening. Oh man, sorry, I got the burps. I'm more excited when the playoffs are going on and the Super Bowl's right around the corner. But we're gonna be talking MMA in this channel. We're gonna be dipping, talking MMA, talking about UFC, WEC. I don't watch a lot of WEC, but I know some of the fighters. I know the records. I know who they recently faced, and which fights are actually worth buying on pay-per-view. So I know there's some MMA enthusiasts out there, and well, let's get into it. When it comes to MMA, I love it, man. I wrestled in high school, and the first pay-per-view I ever saw that got me into MMA was Matt Hughes versus Royce Gracie. I used to watch UFC. It was well known around, when you used to watch TV, but um, it wasn't as popular as it is now. But I wrestled, and then I got invited to a party once to watch it, and I wasn't really excited about it because I thought it was just a bunch of guys that got off a bar stool and just stepped into a cage and brawled. But when I saw Matt Hughes fight Royce Gracie, I heard that he was a wrestler. I saw how he used his technique, and I got hooked. I used to fight amateur. Um, I got 4 fights under my belt, and I went 4-0. But I was supposed to go pro, and that ended up not happening because I live with my folks, and they had some input before I went pro, and that's a whole nother level. These guys are professionals, and one thing that the way I thought about it was, if I get hurt, if I get paralyzed, if I break something, I need something to fall back on, while I wait for my next fight. And God forbid something even worse happens. I'm sure as hell not going to be working at American Eagle when I'm hurt or can't walk or something. So, sorry guys, my freaking leg is like Ah, sleep. But anyways, yeah, yeah, I decided to put it off for a while. Still training though, and till that time comes, I'm still a big MMA enthusiast and still keeping up with it. Let's take a look at what's going on in this next UFC pay-per-view going on. And yes, it would be worth the money if you wanted to watch it. Championship fight for UFC 118, Frankie Edgar, the champion, versus BJ Penn. If you guys follow MMA, and if you don't, just to let you know, BJ Penn lost his title to Frankie Edgar at the last UFC, and it was a stand-up fight. Um, Frankie Edgar showed a lot of good technique. Um, it was really his jabs going in and out that won him the fight, and it wasn't BJ Penn's best performance, but I'm going for BJ on this one because I heard that once Frankie won the belt, he wanted to face Gray Maynard, and he was trying to duck BJ Penn. And if you go to djpenn.com, he ends up talking about it on one of his videos. And to me, that's not a champ. A champ is somebody you face anybody, anyone that the company throws at you. So I'm going for BJ on this one. He's a champion of champions, even though he could be GSP, but he's taking his game to a whole nother level. So BJ Penn over Frankie Edgar is my pick. Next fight, James Toney versus Randy Couture. This is one of the most sought after fights ever since people have been saying who's a better fighter, a boxer or an MMA fighter. A professional MMA fighter or a professional boxer. And you know, James Toney's been talking a lot of smack. He's been saying that he's going to knock out anybody, anyone in the UFC. And supposedly him and Dana White aren't in the best terms right now. So I'm going to go for Randy Couture in this one because Randy's going to take him to the ground. He's gonna he's not going to be dumb enough to stand up with James Toney. So Randy Couture, I'm saying in the first, second round he's going to TKO him, ground and pound, baby. The other big fight in this event is going to be Kenny Florian versus Gray Maynard. Um, Now Gray Maynard is the only guy that's beaten Frankie Edgar in the UFC, and Gray Maynard's undefeated. Um, Gray Maynard he's just a bully, man. This guy embarrasses people. Um, the only thing he has to work on is his striking, because he's really just an aggressive striker. He swings for the fences, and he when he connects, he'll hurt you. But on this one, I'm going for Kenny Florian, man, because I think Kenny Florian, he needs another title shot just to prove everyone that. Because last time Kenny Florian fought BJ Penn for the title, and Florian just got his ass whipped bad. Um, his strategy didn't work. He tried to stand up with BJ, and that's a bad idea. And he tried to take him down, and he couldn't. So maybe the second time around will go well for Kenny, but this fight right here is going to determine who's the number one contender for the lightweight championship. And this is going to be a great challenge for Kenny Florian and for Gray Maynard. So I think it's going to be submission. Most of Kenny Florian's fights have ended in submission. Um, if Gray Maynard tries to, like I said, Gray Maynard is a great. He's an aggressive striker, and if he connects, he's going to knock you out. Um, and he's a great wrestler. But if he wants to beat Kenny, I think he's going to have to strike with him. But if he tries to take him to the ground, Kenny Florian's going to submit him, and he's going to embarrass him. A lot of the other fights aren't that great. Damian Maia's in this main event, but I really don't have a lot of respect for Damian Maia. Don't get me wrong, he's a black belt in jiu-jitsu, but he's a great jiu-jitsu fighter. But you know, ever since the Anderson Silva fight, I'm not a big fan of his. And another fight is going to be Nate Diaz versus Marcus Davis. That's kind of an undercard for me. Uh, Nate Diaz has kind of been slipping. I'm going for Marcus Davis on this one. But yeah, guys, give me any insiders you guys have. Um, Let me know what you think about my picks. Like I said, lightweight title is going to be BJ Penn. Heavyweight bout, it's going to be Randy Couture. Lightweight bout, it's going to be Kenny Florian. And welterweight bout, it's going to be Marcus Davis. Of course, there's going to be other fights uh, with not really well-known fighters, except Dan Miller. But we'll see how that goes. And, just let me know what you think. And hit me up. Texas Maniac 88 out.